Okay. I think we're good. I think we're in. Ooh, where's my water? Oh, I'm gonna also get the game open. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna turn out my lights. Make it more spooky. Oh, what's happening with OBS? Coding overload. Whoa, what's going on? Consider turning down video set. What the hell? If I turn it down to like 4,000? Well, I think it's working. It doesn't say encoding overload anymore, but it also says my CPU is at 70, 80%, which is terrifying. Hopefully that doesn't explode. Oh. Oh. VTube Studio is not happy right now. Hold on. Have you checked my water? Oh my goodness, what is happening? Okay. Where's my phone? Gosh, I hope this isn't gonna be an issue. Gosh, I hope this isn't gonna encoding overload. Okay. I think it's just the static effect is really the problem. I think that's the main issue. I have no idea how to fix that. I have no idea how to fix that. That is bright. Gosh. Game capture, maybe? Properties. Hey Sands, yeah, I'm trying to fix the stream right now. Something funky's happening. Actually, check this out. Check this out, huh? Whenever I have the game open, oh, my model's frozen. My model's just frozen because OBS does not like Five Nights at Freddy's. Does not like the static effect that is on screen right now. And it immediately spikes my CPU to 80% is what it's at right now. It's at 80%. No, don't want to mess with that right now. Encoding overload is what it said. How do I fix that? I would have tested this before, except I think it only happens while I'm streaming. OBS encoding overload. Try changing the encoder to hardware based. And yeah, it's hardware based. Lowering output resolution, reducing frame rate. Ooh, okay, I know what I can do then. Okay, here's what I can do. Properties, limit, capture frame rate. Oh, what just happened? Ready for Independence Day? I'm Canadian. I'm Canadian. Our day was 2 days ago. Canada Day was 2 days ago. So I don't have Independence Day. We have Canada Day, and that was 2 days ago. For a second, I thought you were talking about the movie Independence Day, and I was like, "Are they making another Independence Day movie?" I completely forgot that that's a day because I'm not American. Oh, did this help? Did this help? It sure didn't. Well, maybe a little bit. Oh, it sure didn't. It sure didn't. Oh, wait, a little bit. It did a little bit. It did a little bit. I'm gonna cap out my shit to 30 frames per second. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Stream, output, arm, video. It's working. Okay, so it's working while okay. I'm gonna take a look at this so I can verify what you see. Because when the game is actually on, the game isn't on right now. The game is clearly frozen, right? But once the game is actually on, you can see it's clearly lagging, right? Specifically, my model. My model isn't working when the game is actually on and running, right? See, the game is frozen. But then when I turn the game on, suddenly my model isn't moving anymore. See? See? Oh, it moves, but like very choppily. So this is what I'm trying to fix right here. Have I checked the gigabytes? I know what the problem is. The problem is, honestly, is this static effect that is on screen right now. But I don't want to get into the game and still be trying to fix this. So what I'm gonna do, how do I change, ooh, how do I change this? Turn off any outputs to change video settings. Do I have to end stream for a second? I might. I might have to. Okay. I'm gonna end stream for like a second and then turn it back on. Alright? Because I need to change some settings. But I will be right back. Okay? Are we cool with that? Take great time? Okay. I'll be... Actually, I don't think it'll end for you because you're on YouTube. Okay, hold on. Okay. Is it back? I think it's back. I'm back, right? Okay. So the game isn't actually open yet. Hold on. Oh! Oh, wait. This may be working. Okay, now I'm going to start this Twitch stream again. And now the encoding overload is happening. So what if I just don't stream it on Twitch then? That makes sense, actually. Okay. Okay, my model is fine. My model's moving, the game is on. CPU is at 40%. Okay, yeah, so I just cut the frame rate in half. It's now running at 30 instead of 60, which should be fine. If it comes down to it, I'll just end the Twitch stream, because honestly, Twitch does nothing for me. The best thing that I get from Twitch is the ability to raid people, and in theory, I could earn money from it, but that's never gonna happen. Anyway, FNAF. I've been watching a lot of FNAF videos lately for some reason. I've been watching a lot of specifically VTubers watching the... Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make the game look like again. Okay, and you'd be able to see Chica through there, and then Bonnie through there. Okay. Hold on. You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna make chat smaller. Can you see that? Is that too small? Or maybe I do it like this. Maybe I do it like this. Oh, oh God. Where? Maybe I do it like that. Is that good? Is that too small? Is that too small? Okay, that looks good. What is it? What does it look like? What does it look like on YouTube? Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Oh. Oh, you've been talking. Oh, you've been talking this whole time. Oh goodness, this kid's been like running. They're quirky?
Those same stupid songs for 20 years, and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children.
When are they gonna start moving?
Respect, right? Okay.
When are you gonna start moving?
So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up, they get turned off for too long. They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah,
the bite?
It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after
Guys, can you start schmoving?
They won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with crossbeams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort.
Yeah, yeah.
The only parts of you that would likely see
actually, I once made a papier-mâché sans mask that like covered my entire head.
Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up.
No, they don't.
But hey,
and it was very sharp on the inside.
Check those cameras and remember to close.
This was like middle school though. I still have it actually.
Gotta conserve power. All right. Good night.
But it's way too small for me now. My head is too big. I'm no longer a petite little boy. Instead, I'm a petite little man. Oh my god, can you guys do something? You're boring me. Not half power. Oh, no, not quite half. Guess who? Hello, Jaden Holiday. Oh my god, do something. Foxy. I'm pretty sure Foxy has like a low chance to appear on night 1. But I highly doubt that's happening. Okay. Ah, there he is. Oh, hey. Hey, buddy. I missed you. Like your new PFP? I did actually notice the new picture. I can't tell what it's of. And I can't go click on it right now because then I'll tab out of the game. But, it does look nice. Okay, you've moved again. I don't even need to be looking at the camera. I can just listen. But that's boring. This is boring me. Oh, never mind. I was so wrong. Oh, I was so wrong. I lied. I actually can't hear them. Hey, Bunny. Hey, Bunny the purple. Speaking of purple, William after. Oh my god. Like, dude. It would be very funny. Purple. It would be very funny if, like, honking the nose made them move slightly faster. Oh, fuck. I was not even thinking of paying attention to Chica. Bunny or Cheeker? Okay, Chica's in the kitchen. Foxy's not doing anything. Except he's humming his weird little song. Okay, where did Bonnie go? Okay, you're close. But you're not there yet. Okay, Chica's in the washer. What's up, Bonnie? Hey, Freddy. Freddy 5 Bear? Let's party, dude. I accidentally, not accidentally, but I was clicked off the game for like a minute. But I didn't realize, oh, Andy's gone. What I didn't realize was that the game still runs even when you're clicked off. Where did he go? Okay, you're there. You're there. I'm good, dude. I'm so good right now. I'm so good. I'm so good right now. Who doesn't like Five Guys? Who doesn't like Five Guys at Freddy's? You know, the famous Five Guys. Freddy, Betty, Ketty, Fevy. Never actually had Five Guys before. I feel like I've had it like once. I must have had it like once when I was younger. There was, oh my god, there was a Five Guys near my high school, like literally walking distance. And my friend group, my main friend group, consisted of 5 guys, including myself, at least for a while until like our last year. And regularly we would joke about how one day we, oh, chicken, Chica the kitchen, Chica the chinkin. There we go. Yeah, that was piss easy. We would regularly joke about how someday the 5 of us would go there and be 5 guys into 5 guys. But one of us was vegan. One of them was vegan, so we never ended up doing it. And then eventually a 6th dude joined us. Yesterday we ordered Wendy's. I got some Baconator fries. They forgot the cheese and the bacon. That's just fries at that point. Okay, yes, I'm here. Pick up. Shut up, Foxy.
Hello?
Oh.
Hello?
Sorry, I thought Bonnie moved.
Well, if you're hearing this and you made it to day 2, congrats. I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know.
Are you gonna move yet? I know you guys are supposed to move while he's talking.
Very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right?
Oh, there he goes.
I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera view, and those blind spots happen to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something or someone on your cameras, be sure to check the door light. You might only have a few seconds to react. Not that you would be in any danger, of course. I'm not implying that. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems unique in that he becomes more active with the camera and remain on.
Oh, shit, the fucking Christ. Okay. How does Foxy know when you're looking at it? Genuinely, how does Foxy know when you're looking at him?
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, hi, I see you, buddy. We're waiting every night. Finally, Roman light. Oh, there he is. Okay. Also, I'm not doing 20 mode. My goal is get through maybe, definitely through night 5, maybe night 6. What is that? Nobody's moving, but what's that sound? I swear to God, I heard like a banging noise. I have a theory? Tell me your theory. FNAF World has its own lore? What do you mean by its own lore? I mean, technically, yes. It is a fundamentally different world, but it's not canon at all. It was just a weird spin-off. Scott himself was like, don't fucking play this game. He took it down for a reason. Do we know it wasn't canon? Yes. How could it possibly have been canon? It's like... not... Well, okay, yes. Scott has basically disowned the game. Like... we know it wasn't canon. It literally can't be canon. What do you mean, think about it? I am thinking about it. It's not like a thing that could happen in the timeline. Why would an RPG... have stuff like... well, main consequences? Because it's a video game. Because it's a video game. It has lore to itself, but it's not canon. As in, it didn't happen in the timeline of Five Nights at Freddy's. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Circus Baby's creator. Listen, that was implied at the time. What if? Stop saying what if. Look, we had FNAF World did loosely introduce baby. The fuck? Bonnie, how did you get there? Scott secretly wanted us to unlock another door for FNAF lore. He didn't. That's not how Scott works. Scott does not work like that. Scott has disowned FNAF World. What if it's not? We know the timeline. Listen, we know what the FNAF timeline is. And FNAF World doesn't fit anywhere. How do you know? Because Scott has literally said so openly that he doesn't care about FNAF World anymore. Where the fuck is Bonnie? Okay, you're there. Chica's in the kitchen. He wanted to trick us. He doesn't do that. Not like that. If Scott wanted to trick us with FNAF World, then he would have made it still possible to play the game. I'm on what, night 1 or 2? I was gonna point to the fucking number in the corner, but I just realized chat is covering it. I'm on night 2. I literally just started. And I'm trying to... somehow, I'm having a debate about FNAF World in chat right now. We're talking about FNAF World and the Big 26. Where's Chicken? No, that's wrong. Shut up, dude. If there was any other secret to FNAF World, why would the game not be playable anymore? He's taken it down from every storefront. Game Jolt doesn't even have it. Fucking Game Jolt doesn't have it. Oh, right. Foxy, you're around. At least FNAF World is better than Security Breach? It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. I'm sorry. It functions better. I will say this. I will say this. It is a better functioning game than Security Breach. It is a better functioning game. But as a FNAF game, it's not very good. As an RPG, it's not very good. Might just be RPG bias talking. Maybe, if you prefer RPGs to games like this, then yeah, maybe. Chicken? Okay, I'm not dead yet. Okay, that's where you all are. How am I already about to run out of power? Yeah, if you prefer RPGs, then yeah, that would make sense that you would think it's better. But still, as an RPG, it's not good. You can still play FNAF World officially? Can you officially play it, or is it a re-upload? Because Scott's not going to take down fan re-uploads. Someone recently 150% it. People still have the game. People still have the game, but it's not publicly available. Jeez, I almost fucking died there. People still have it downloaded. Of course people are still playing it. There's ways to get it, not in an official capacity. It's not on Steam, or and the FNAF World website is gone. Think critically. I can find it on Game Jolt. It says you can download it. It's on Game Jolt still? Maybe it's not official then. I don't know. But Scott has like publicly disowned FNAF World.
Hello, hello. Hey, you're doing great. most people don't last this long.
You need to have like some level of critical thought here.
Move on to other things by now.
Chica?
I'm not implying that they died. That's not what I meant. Anyway, I better not take up too much of your time. Things start getting.
So it's got confidence even verified? Okay then.
Hey, listen,
It's on Game Jolt. Cool, never mind, I was wrong. Fuck is that chicken that I hate?
You know, go limp. Then there's a chance that maybe they'll think that you're an empty costume instead.
Yeah, she's not just in my room. I mean, that wouldn't be possible.
Stuff a metal skeleton into you. I wonder how that would work. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. If that's just.
Oh, you're here.
Okay, I'll leave you to it. See you on the flip side.
I haven't even seen Foxy yet. Okay. This is when I actually have to start focusing. Okay, you left. Another day on the job, I guess. Fuck. Chicken. Girona. How do you like my Girona? How do you like my Girona? Glue. Chicken. Okay, she's not here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, you're all the way back there. I'm good. Orange. Orange. Sorry to keep a lady in waiting. No way, it's your children. Fuck! Where the fuck is Freddy? Check the kitchen. I can't look in the kitchen. Freddy's actually scary. He's hard to deal with. Because you can't see him in your door. Okay, Cheek is there. Anything I meant? Well, I can't hear anything in the kitchen. I can hear the kitchen from anywhere. I don't have to look at the kitchen camera. I can hear it from everywhere. What's up, Chica? I don't need to be looking at the kitchen camera to hear it. Also, what's Foxy doing? Foxy has not even tried. Foxy's just chilling, I can't lie. I mean, I have to assume he's in the kitchen. You're still there. I have to assume Freddy's in the kitchen. You're still there. Oh, there's Freddy. I see Freddy. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Character in chapter 5 was, it was Mew Mew. It was pink. It was pink. No, I do fuck with Flowery. I can't lie. I can't lie, I do fuck with Flowery. I hated him a lot at first, but then then by the end of the chapter I realized, oh, that's the point. He sucks on purpose. Chica? 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 Never got to fight Mew Mew? Really? It's a hard fight, I can't lie. He's gonna say green. Green! No, it is green. It is green. And aqua. I like green and aqua. Chica. Okay, I'm still alive. Okay, where is everybody? Bonnie's here. Chica's here. Where is Freddy? Who is where? Foxy's genuinely not even trying. Okay, Freddy's there. I'm good. Chica's there. Bonnie's down the hall. Foxy has given up. Foxy doesn't care. Who moved? Oh, there's Foxy. Oh, there's Foxy. Chica, you're still there. I know you mean Deltarune. I know what you're talking about. The trial thing. The fight with blue and yellow. Who is where? Okay, you're there. Chica's in the kitchen. Okay. God, I'm on 9%. I am not good at preserving power. Okay, Freddy, you still there? Good, Freddy. You stay there, please. Chica's still there. Alright, well. I think I'm just gonna sit like this. And pray. And pray. What's it say? To know. You realize I had to move my mouse to see your comment, right? It auto-translated, so I had to move my mouse to see what it said. I don't know what the fuck thirst means. If you don't move, Freddy won't come. He comes no matter what. It's just a matter of how long it takes, and moving doesn't do that, I don't think. Either way, I won. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, by the way. Like, I'm far from an expert. What the fuck, Chica? The moment you moved, you just moved, he appeared. He's always there. He will always appear when the lights go out. He will always appear. That's what happens when you lose power, no matter what. Moving does nothing. Okay, Bunny, Chica, Freddy? Cool. Freddy, you stay there. Oh, you're super dead. Oh, Chicken, Foxy. Who moved? Okay, you're there. Foxy? Okay, I think I can hear their footsteps now. Who moved? Chicken? Chica? Okay, Chica's in there. Bonnie's at the end of the hall. Freddy, please be nowhere else. I think watching Freddy on the camera kind of holds him in place for a bit, right? Okay, Chica moves. Or is moving. I can't look at chat right now. I can't be looking at chat right now. Who moved? Okay, Bonnie's supply closet. Bonnie's at my door. Chica's kitchen. Chica is down the hall. Bonnie is there. I cannot read chat right now. Chica? Chica? I think I hear kitchen noises. I did not hear kitchen noises. That is not the kitchen. Who moved where? Okay, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Freddy. Freddy is on the move. I forgot you hear him laugh when he moves. Where's Bonnie? Okay, Bonnie's right outside. Chica. Freddy is also there, I'm assuming. Chica. Goes down the hall. Freddy moved. Freddy bathroom. Chica there. Freddy, you stay. Oh, Foxy! Foxy, whoa, buddy. Freddy. Freddy. I know that was a terrible idea, but I need to know where Freddy is. Okay, Bonnie's there. I don't know where Freddy is. Oh gosh. Oh goosh. Okay, Cheek is there. $5 a.m. please. $5 a.m. Come on. Freddy? Freddy's outside. If I'm not mistaken, the way I combat Freddy. Now observe, as I don't move, and Freddy will still appear. Wait for it. There he is. And I'm already dead. Who's in the kitchen? And I didn't move. And I didn't move. Oopsie doopsie. Alright, well that was night 4. I got all the way up to night 4 without dying, so that's nice. We were trying to prove wrong? You, I think. Did you delete the comments? Yeah, right here. What do you mean? Dude, shut up. Yeah. Oh my god, Foxy! Oh, Foxy! How weird looking at it. Shut up. You're in my chat. Be nice. Chica. I never read... dude, I'm literally focused on the game right now. Very pretty eyeliner. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Who's where? Nobody's outside, right? That would be so stupid. That would be so stupid for somebody to be right outside my door this early in the night. Yeah, I know. I'm keeping an eye on Foxy. Foxy and Freddy. Oh, who? Chipka. Chipka. Chica's in the kitchen, okay. Who, where? Chica? Chica down the hall, okay. Good morning, good morning. Oh, Jerona. I have to fight one of the animatronics. Which one could I beat? Cupcake? I mean, here's the thing. They are, at the end of the day, animatronics, right? And children. So they fight with the mind of children, and... Oh, fuck, Freddy. Okay. Chica's gone. Freddy's probably in the dining hall. Foxy, he's like a glass cannon. I feel like up until the Fun Time animatronics, they're all kind of like... They're just animatronics. They are built to be... They are built to just kind of wiggle around and sing and dance. Freddy, I know where he is. He's in the dining hall. He's gonna move regardless. It's just a matter of kind of holding him in place as long as I can, and I held him until 2 a.m. Springtrap? Springtrap is the one that's a guy. Springtrap is the one you're least likely to win against. Fuck is Bonnie? Bonnie's down the hall. Bonnie's right outside my door. Freddy. Okay, Freddy is bathrooms. Honestly, part of me just wants Foxy to just do it. It's easy till the fun time animatronics. Yeah, because I'm talking about the actual animatronics. Springtrap's not an animatronic. Springtrap's a guy. Springtrap is before sister location. He's also not a robot. He's a guy. If we're talking about Spring Bonnie, then yeah, it's incredibly easy. He's like the first one, but I'm not talking about Spring, but you didn't say Spring Bonnie, you said Springtrap. Springtrap is a human man. Nightmare animatronics are easiest to beat in a fight. They're not real. They don't count. Fuck! Oh, fuck. That actually startled me. I can't hold a conversation while also managing these fucking guys. You can beat them? Maybe, but they're not real, so they don't count. Okay. If you bring water or something, Rachel made him into yelling and moving a lot. He'll spring lock and he'll... Okay, so here's the issue with that. He's already spring locked. You can't... It's... The spring locks have already activated. That's the thing about Springtrap. It's William Afton with the spring locks activated. He never unwound them or anything, because if he did, then he would die. But you can't unwind them in a fight. He's not gonna just let you do that. That takes like inserting a hand crank into the suit and then cranking it. There's no way to do that. He's just a rotting corpse. Yes, but he is still a human person, which makes him harder than the other animatronics who are just robots. They aren't fast, except for Foxy. They move very clunkily. Get a metal bat or something, he's getting fucked up. But you can say that about any of the animatronics. Its main victims are children. He has the ability to move faster. And by that, I mean his joints are more maneuverable, right? The animatronics, they move via motors that can only move from a set range, right? But Afton has human limbs, so they move in the range of a human body. He could fight through pain to get to you, which he would do. The animatronics can't physically move faster than their servos will allow them to. Right? It's starting to sound like I'm fighting a bit more than I could chew, which is saying a lot about... Yeah. And also, like, Springtrap's gonna have, like, metal wires and beams poking out of him that could actually, like, harm you. The animatronics on their own, all they can really do is bite you. I'm not supposed to agree. Well, I'm not saying anything about you. I'm saying Springtrap would be a difficult fight. Right? Compared to the other animatronics. He has the ingenuity of... Foxy can bite and kill you with this hook. Foxy is also faster. Foxy can run, so Foxy would be a difficult one. All the others will probably just bite, exactly, and you could force their mouths open. Because again, they are just servos. They can't bite harder. If you hold their mouth open, if you try to pry their mouth open, you'll be able to. And then they're pretty, you got nothing. You really do have nothing. What about the strongest? It's Music Man. The strongest is Music Man. Stand on the counter of your office. No, it is Music Man. I'm sorry. If they grab you, they can't really. They don't have grip strength. Just get naked? Well, here's the thing. They don't have grip strength. They're only as strong as the servo motors that handle their joints can move, which is not nearly as strong as a human being. How do they get to the office and how do they get you to the office and inside the suit? You're dead. Very slowly. Very slowly is how. They could move you, but like if you resist, there's nothing they can do. The bite of 83 with the crying child, that happens because of the human children were holding him. Right? And maybe, you know, a child probably wouldn't be able to resist. Balloon Boy is the strongest? No, it's Music Man. Music Man is the biggest one. When it comes to robots, that is kind of a measure of strength. I do think the Funtime animatronics are pretty strong, though, because they have other methods. They were built, especially Baby was built to kill. Right? I don't have the guts to beat up a child. I just wouldn't beat up a child. It's not about not having the guts, it's that I have the morals. Not having the guts isn't a thing. I morally wouldn't beat up a child. No balls? That's not how balls work, because I know you wouldn't either. I'm not... So you wouldn't beat up Balloon Boy? Balloon Boy's not a child. Balloon Boy's a robot. I'd kick the shit out of Balloon Boy. Because they're a child? No, they're not. They're a robot. They're not real. Did the child do anything to me? Freddy's technically a child. By that logic, every animatronic is a child. And at which point, you no longer have the leverage of Balloon Boy. If you're going by that logic, then Balloon Boy is no more of a child than any of the other animatronics. So either every animatronic is a child or none of them are. You can't have it both ways. Balloon Boy's a bitch, so it's different. Balloon Boy's a bitch. I'd beat the shit out of Balloon Boy because he's not a child. They're all children, but Balloon Boy's the most childlike. So you don't have the guts or balls to beat up, but you have them. Are we saying that... Are we treating the animatronics like children or not? That's the question. Balloon Boy's the most childlike. That doesn't fucking matter. A childlike robot means nothing to me. A human child does. Foxy, stay in your fucking cave. Chica. Okay. I can't have this conversation while I'm playing the game. They are children. So if they're children, if we're treating them like children, then I'm not fighting them because morally that's wrong. I could. Where's that fucking bunny? Okay. We're ending this conversation. We're ending this conversation. Then I'm dead. No, I'm not fighting them. We're ending this conversation because I actually need to lock in here. I actually need to focus. Chica's in the kitchen. Freddy, stay the fuck there. Oh my god, I'm... Shut up. 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 My chow shall cheer you on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I love the chow. No, I said thank you. I said thank you. I said thank you. I said thank you. I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you or your chow. Where are they? Oh my god. Bonnie's outside. Chicken. Chicken is there. Bunny is there. Okay, Chica's in the hall. Who, where? Okay, you're both outside. Okay, Freddy's on the move. Freddy is moving. Chica's there. Freddy's probably there. Freddy laughs when he moves, I think. Here, Bonnie. Freddy moved. Freddy moved. Where's Freddy? Could be the kitchen. But he's not outside my door, and that's what matters. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, Freddy was in the washroom just now. Freddy's in the washroom. Not what I wanted to click. Why is there a camera in the bathroom? It's not in the bathroom, it's outside the bathroom. But you can see Freddy's eyes poking out of the bathroom. Freddy moved. Freddy? Oh, Freddy's in the kitchen. Time is it? It's 3 a.m. Chica's not inside. Bonnie. Oh, that could have been bad. Are they both in there? I guess they have to be. Looking grim. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know it is. Foxy hasn't moved, though. Freddy has. To where, I don't know. Freddy is down the hall. You're there. I have to assume Freddy is also down the hall still. They can't find him anywhere else. Oh god. Hit 5 a.m. please. Bonnie's there. I'm gonna okay, 5 a.m. I might actually have this. Peek is there. Foxy goes when I don't check him for a long time. Yeah. Freddy? Okay, yeah. There's Foxy. And there goes the power. And oh god, he's going fast. Oh my god, that dude. You could have taken longer. You could have taken longer. I'm saying you could have taken longer than that. I know you could have. I know you could have. He cut down his... Why the hell did this get... Why the hell did that get auto-modded? That's so weird. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna order food real quick. And what I want to do... do I want to order food now? How'd that get auto-modded? I don't know. It didn't even tell me. It didn't even tell me. He shortened his song. He didn't even waste time, like, going to the other side. Honestly. Can I get you something? Depends on what you want. Because, you know, there's only so much open at 11:30 at night. I'm gonna do another one, then maybe I'll order food. Because I haven't actually eaten dinner yet. I've eaten, but not dinner. Oh. Alright. So, I almost had it. I did almost have it. I was at 5 a.m. Oh, Chica's gone. Chica's in the kitchen. Okay. Freddy get active at night 3. I'm on night 4, dude. I'm on night 4. And... where's Bonnie? There. Okay, just keep watching Freddy and Foxy until Freddy starts moving. Oh, hey, buddy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not reading all that. I'm not reading all that right now. I can't read all that right now. Who moved? Is there even a point to checking where they are? Because all that really matters is whether or not they're outside my door. I feel like... dedicate the cameras to Freddy and Foxy. Listen for when they move. And then check the door. Is Bonnie... Bonnie's still there. Yeah, and that was... I just heard Chica move. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I got it. There's Foxy. Thanks for distracting me, Chica. I only need to check when Foxy's running. Here's the thing. Foxy, when he bangs on your door, it drains power, so you want to keep him here. And watching him keeps him there. Okay, yeah, I'm not dead. Chica, you've gotta leave, dog. Okay, I think I can literally hear Bonnie outside. Freddy's moving. Fuck! I wasn't looking at the cameras enough. Freddy's moving. Foxy's almost moving. I was not paying close enough attention to Foxy. Come on, 3 a.m. Tika, you gotta leave. Okay, I think I hear Bonnie. Either Bonnie or Chica that I hear. Yeah, viewers on streamboo.com piss off. Okay, nobody's at my door. Turn off, please. Somebody is outside. Freddy moved. If I don't know where Freddy is... Somebody's in the kitchen. Come on. 5 a.m., 5 a.m., come on. Five a.m. 5 a.m. I'm at 10% battery, roughly. Okay, Freddy's still there. That means Chica's in the kitchen. I think... Okay, Freddy's in the kitchen. No idea why that song... What he's doing in the kitchen that's making music, but... I think just wait it out. Just wait it out. Just wait it out. Wait it out. Come on. Come on. Come on, Freddy. Come on, take your time. Take your time. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about! Here we go. Chica's out. okay, buddy. That's nice. Oh, Foxy! Foxy! Have a good time in there? Maybe you should stay. Maybe you should stay there and not come out. Chica's in the kitchen. Chica, hello. Can you stay outside, maybe? There's not enough room in here for 2 people. Sorry. Someone's outside. Okay, Chica's in the kitchen. Or was in the kitchen. Huh. 2 a.m. It says 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Oh. Hearing so many footsteps. Hey guys. I'm kind of busy right now. I can't play with you guys. Are you curious? What? Security guard go to the bathroom, or do they just hold it in all night? They hold it. Well, a normal security guard in a normal establishment would probably be able to go to the washroom. Three a.m. Bonnie! Bonnie. There's not a lot of... Oh my god, Foxy. I looked away for like a second. I genuinely barely looked away. Okay. Freddy's gone. Freddy's on the move. Freddy's on the move. Freddy is on the move. 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Bonnie is definitely right out there. Okay, Freddy didn't move. Freddy is still in there. There's that Chica's now also there. Freddy moved. Freddy moved. Where's Freddy? Freddy is bathrooms. Bonnie is outside my door. Chica is outside my door. Freddy is still in the bathroom. 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Freddy's in the kitchen. Okay. Freddy's not outside. Which is kind of the big thing. Bonnie, hello. Kind of annoying that I don't know where Freddy is, but I'm assuming he's in the kitchen. Okay, he might be right outside. So I'm gonna have to work under the assumption that he's outside. Oh! Holy shit! Holy shit, that was so perfectly timed! Oh my god! Oh, we did it! We did 5 nights at 5 bears. Oh my goodness. Memo, valued employee. See you next week? I think fucking not. Alright. Do I do 6th night? Oh, that's just for $120. Yeah. That's not worth it. Alright. Do I do 6th night? Alternatively. Alternative option. Watch early FNAF game theories. I order food and we just kind of watch YouTube for a bit. Because it's only been an hour of streaming. I've only been on stream for like an hour. You want to watch the theories? Okay, we'll do theories. Holy, oh my goodness. Look at, why is chat so small? Goodness. Oh, I can just close the game, actually. I can just close the game. I can just close the game. Because I want to see, I've not looked at early FNAF theories in so long. I'm so curious to know how they hold up. Because I know what the timeline is now. This. And then, nope, 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 bad, bad, bad. There. Ooh, that pisses me off. Ooh, that bothers me. Ooh, that still bothers me. That should be fine. Okay. Let me get YouTube open. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Oh my god, why is YouTube being so laggy right now? Hold on. Oh wait, that's right. I forgot I did. Hold on. Currently keyframes are not being sent often enough, which can cause buffering. The current latency is 8.3 seconds. Okay, yeah, because I cut the frame rate in half. Forgot I did that. Um, is that how it looks on Twitch too? I think this is. Does it look like weird and choppy? Does my stream look weird and choppy? Like laggy a little bit? Because I don't like having it at 30 frames per second. No? Oh, hey, dude. Okay, cool. Because I set the FPS to be 30. I set it to 30 FPS because FNAF was lagging the fuck out of it. But if you say it looks fine, then it looks fine. Anyway. Game theory. If at least not on the Twitch side, it should look exactly the same. It wouldn't be it's not an issue. It's just the fact that I set my stream to be at 30 FPS, and I'm unsure if it looks more stuttery. All right. Oh my goodness. Hold on. That is crazy. Hold on. Reaction. Oh my god. Why is chat so small again? It's fine. Okay, if you think it's fine, then it's fine. God, I really hope you can't hear the music playing in the background. I am in my apartment out of town for the week, or I have been for the week. I'm gonna not be. I'm leaving in like a couple days, but um, I have new roommates, and they are goddamn annoying. They have been blasting music, and it's not even good music either. That's the thing. It's not even good music. Is chat underneath YouTube or YouTube above? Whoa. What the fuck? The hell happened? Oh wait, why does just chatting have video up? And why am on? Okay. Video. Gosh, okay. Sure, this is fine. Whatever. The chat be bigger. Piss me off. Dude. Okay, whatever. I'm done messing with it. Why? I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it does that, but okay. Um, reaction, audio. Is it working? Why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? Here we go. There we go. That is quiet as hell, isn't it? How's the audio?
Today we are playing the scariest game of all.
Is it quiet?
Probably never heard of it. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Is it too quiet? I feel like it probably is, so I'm gonna turn it up. I can just check the VOD what I'm talking about. Why isn't it working? There we go. That is quiet as hell, isn't it? Oh my god, it's so quiet. It's so quiet. Can't even hear it, it's so quiet. Crank that shit.
Hello once again, theorists. Welcome.
That's gotta
to
be
Matt
better,
Cat
right?
Plays. Today we are playing.
That's gotta be
the
better, right?
Scariest game of all creation.
That's gotta be
audio.
better.
All creation.
That's gotta be audio. That's gotta be better, right?
Scariest game of all creation.
All right, I'll crank it a bit more, but that's about right. That's about right. Put it to like 5, -5. Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna be watching. Oh my god, what is the? Well, it's 1080p. We're watching all the old Five Nights at Freddy's game theories because I want to see how these hold up. Actually, hold on. Let me order food. Let me order food because I am hungry. Probably just gonna get McDonald's though. Yeah, I think so. Because there's not a lot open at this time. What are they listening to? I really hope you can't hear the music. What the hell is McDonald's? Why can't I find McDonald's? There's no way McDonald's is closed. I know it's not closed. I know McDonald's isn't closed. Oh my god. Well, there has to be one open. What the hell? How are McDonald's closed? Okay, I guess I'm getting Dairy Queen or something. Yeah, Dairy Queen's open till 2 a.m. L McDonald's. L McDonald's. Okay. I can have more chicken strips. Okay, I'm doing that. It's a miracle I'm not fat. It's a miracle that I'm a twink. I have the worst diet imaginable. Ugh. Okay. Am I gonna get a blizzard? No, because I don't have anything to. Yeah. Okay, this should be good. I'm not paying. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Food has been ordered. I'll have to keep an eye on that, and then I'll go pick it up when it's here. But in the meantime, let's watch some game theory.
Probably never heard of it. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's. Here we go.
I am curious to see how the...
What's this?
I kind of fell off of watching the FNAF game theories
camera came up.
around,
Was
like,
that a bunny?
Pizzeria Simulator,
Was that
which
a
would have
bunny?
been 2016, 2017, maybe?
Oh my gosh. I am so scared right now. Oh god! Oh. It was only the fan. It's only the fan. Only a fan.
Matt Patton is weird obsession with the fan.
I have never played a game this intense.
I miss him.
Oh god! Shut the doors, shut the doors, shut the doors! Oh, please don't see me, please don't see me, please don't see me, please don't see me.
I miss him.
I'm so scared right now. I'm so scared. Can you tell how scared I am right now?
Dog, chill. That doesn't look like... Hold on. Pause. He does not look like he's scared. He looks like he's having a great time, I can't lie. That didn't look like fear. That didn't look like fear.
Okay, we're good. Oh!
That did not look like fear.
Just the fan. I don't know about you, but every time the camera makes the sound to come up, I pee a little bit in my pants.
I believe you.
What? That's it? That's it? It's a jump scare? It's a little bunny rabbit jump scare. Really? Really? Alright. I mean, oh god, it's so terrifying. Oh, there's the bunny rabbit, shut my door. Man, this is truly compelling gameplay.
It is pretty
Oh my gosh,
underwhelming.
guys, I'm almost out of power. 11% and it's 5 a.m. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Oh, please don't get me Freddy. Please don't get me Freddy. Come on. Is this what it takes to get views on YouTube?
Oh yeah, that does actually freak me out. That is actually the most genuine FNAF reaction I've ever seen. People always used to play up the FNAF reactions so hard. It really was never that bad. I mean, it was when I was like...
Hello,
12.
Internet.
At the oldest, I
Welcome to
think?
Game
How old was
Theory,
I?
where fear is our middle name.
How old was I in my FNAF
Matthew
days?
Fear Patrick. It's a very strange name. Okay, I'll admit it. I didn't give 5 Nights at
Hold
Freddy's.
on, how old was I in my FNAF age? That would have been what year? Yeah, that. I would have been 10. I would have been 10. Yeah, so it was scary to 10-year-old Komori, but...
Enough credit when it first came out. A few jump scares from creatures that, aren't that scary. People overreacting to it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, see?
Meh.
There it is.
Pass. But then when I asked you about it, you showed overwhelming support for an episode on the game on Twitter, so I began to dig a little deeper and deeper. And what I found was some of the most
Fuck is that?
interesting storytelling,
that?
most intriguing
Samus?
mysteries, and most disturbing events I'd read about in a long time. Now, if you were just to play the game straight through 5 days, the story would actually come across as pretty superficial. You're the new night guard watching the security cameras at a Chuck
Oh,
E.
the
Cheese
old
style
Game
restaurant
Theory
called Freddy
graphics.
Fazbear's Pizza. 4 animatronics roam the halls at night because the owners don't want their servos to lock up. Bad news is, you can't let them
I recognize this art. Is this Viva Reverie? Hold on, is this Viva Reverie? No credit. It's like watching the wheel get invented. This looks like the Viva Reverie art. Or maybe it was Viva Reverie inspired his art on this, or her art. I think she's trans now, actually. I think Viva Reverie might have inspired her FNAF really, really fast art on this.
near you, or else they'll kill you on the spot because you look like a naked endoskeleton. Ow,
This looks
ow,
very
show them
similar to
those
the Viva
circuits.
Reverie
Apparently, one of them bit
videos.
someone back in 87, presumably 1987. And the past guard leaves you recorded phone messages to act as your tutorial. That is, as much as he could record before he got himself killed. And that's it. Stay 5 nights, collect your paycheck, done, game over, play something new. But playing it that way is doing the game a huge disservice, because that's not even scratching the surface. animatronics. If you're really observant, you start to unravel the layers of unsolved mysteries around this place. You find that there's a fifth animatronic, that posters on the wall will change randomly, that news clippings appear and disappear, telling the dark secrets of this twisted place. Putting it all together, here's the rest of the story. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, once a popular restaurant, fell into hard times when 5 children went missing there after being lured to a back room by a man dressed in a character costume. Though a suspect was caught and convicted, the bodies of the children were never recovered. The pizzeria was also threatened with shutdown due to sanitation complaints, as foul odors started to come from the animatronics, blood and mucus oozing from their eyes and mouths. The last article, written years after the incident, states that the pizzeria would finally be closed by year end. In addition to the core 4 robots, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy, and Foxy, there's also a fifth, unofficially referred to as Golden.
This sounds like Earthbound.
Ignoring the rules of physics, Golden Freddy appears and disappears at will, can inexplicably travel through doors, wherever, causing strange hallucinations. And when he attacks you, you're not taken to the typical game over screen, your game crashes. So that's unsettling. And there's also strange messages appearing on the walls, repeating the words, "It's me." According to the game's creator, the place is indeed haunted by what we can only assume to be the spirits.
Where did I go?
The 5 lost children. So that's the gist of it. Murder, missing children, foul odors, killer robots, and pizza. But that story leaves a lot of lingering questions. Who is your character? How's he fit in? Why does he stay for 5 nights when he's very clearly confronting the possibility of death? What more can we know about this terrifying Golden Freddy? And most importantly,
this is probably
what
better,
is
right?
the complete story behind Five Nights at Freddy's? They're all good questions about a delightfully incomplete and mysterious story with just enough threads to keep you theorizing. So now, if you'll indulge me, let me reciprocate that story with one of my own. I think you'll find it interesting.
Oh my god, is that this one?
1993,
Oh my god, is this the
Colorado.
Chuck E.
10
Cheese
p.m.
murder one?
Tuesday night at a local Chuck E. Cheese. After a family birthday party runs long, manager Margaret Kohlberg and teenage employees Sylvia Crowell, Ben Grant, Colleen O'Connor, and Bobby Stevens are forced to stay
Oh my
late
god,
to
it
close up
is.
shop. But as
Oh my
Margaret
god,
tallies
this was
receipts in the
crazy.
bag,
When I was a kid, I genuinely believed that this is where the idea for FNAF came from. I've not fact-checked any of what he said. I've never fact-checked any of what he said. I just was like, you know what? I believe this man with my whole heart. With my whole 10-year-old heart. And in hindsight, this was a crazy thing to say. Is my fan on? My fan has been off this entire time. How have I not been boiling to death? Gosh.
Bobby scrubs down the kitchen, and the other 3 work outside in the main arcade. Unknown to any of the 5, there's actually a 6th person locked in the building with them, waiting silently in the darkened restrooms. A 19-year-old named Nathan Dunlap. Earlier that year, Nathan had begun working there as a cook, dough master, before getting fired in July after a disagreement over his hours. Now, 5 months later, he was back. At 10:05, he left the bathroom, pulled out a small caliber handgun, and proceeded to execute everyone in the building.
Forget I
First
said that.
Sylvia,
Please forget I said
then
that.
Ben, then Colleen. Dunlap then moved to the kitchen, where he surprised Bobby Stevens. The bullet entered Bobby's jaw, sending him sprawling onto the ground. Then finally, Nathan moved to the back, the office, where Margaret opened the safe before Nathan shot her twice, proceeded to grab her bag, filling it with $1,600 in cash, arcade tokens, and keychains. Spurred on by the building security footage, police were at his home a few hours later, where he was promptly
I need
arrested.
to see how true this is. I need to verify how true this is. I'm gonna do it in a tab that you won't be able to see. Nathan Dunlap is what he said. On death row. Okay, hold on. Or here we go. December 14th, 1993, 4 employees were shot and killed. Critically injured at a Chuck E. Cheese, formerly Showbiz Pizza Place. Really? Showbiz Pizza Place? That sounds so much more like a FNAF thing. Oh gosh. Perpetrator 19-year-old Nathan Dunlap, former, yep. Found guilty of 4 counts of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and other charges. Was sentenced to death by lethal. What the fuck? Hold on. Was sentenced to death by lethal injection on May 17th, 1996. A judge initially set an execution date for him in August 2013, but Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper postponed. Dunlap's death sentence was commuted to life in prison without parole in 2020 after Colorado abolished the death penalty, so he's still alive. Yeah, this is all true. Remains incarcerated at the Colorado State Penitentiary. Okay. Well, I will say, I mean, I guess I had no reason to doubt Matt Pat's accuracy. But yeah, I guess I mean
Eventually, he was tried and sentenced to death, but his story re-entered the news just recently as his punishment has been postponed, leading people to debate whether he's able to sleep soundly, knowing that his execution has been delayed. This is a tragic story, a disgusting waste of human life, and one that I won't joke about or make fun of in any way, but I want to address it because I have a strong suspicion that this story is the one that inspired Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's look at the facts.
There are
First,
a lot
I don't
of
think that
parallels.
there's any doubt
I will give
Freddy's
him
is a
that.
parody of Chuck E. Cheese. From the singing animatronics to the alliterative naming of the characters, the parallels are just obvious, so the setting is certainly the same.
I will
Next,
give him
what
that,
year
that
does Five Nights take place?
There's
The
a lot
time
of-
is
there's a lot of
certainly
comparisons
kept
to draw.
vague, but there are clues that we can put together. For one, the Chuck E. Cheese franchise had a tremendous period of growth and success in the late 80s and early 90s, but started to decline along the same time as arcades, with at-home video game consoles taking center stage. So that's one clue, but we can get even more detailed, specifically with your character's paycheck. Each night you're working a 6-hour shift, and you're spending 5 nights there. So that's 30 hours of total work time for $120. In total, $4 an hour. How can they do that? That's below minimum wage for 2014. But in 1990, minimum wage was $3.80. In 1991, it was raised to $4.25. And by 1996, you were looking at about $5 an hour. So the game seems to take place between 1991 and 1996. The
Nope.
Nathan Dunlap story took
Nope.
place in 1993. But let's move on to the most important comparison.
Nope.
The victims. In the game,
Nope.
there were 5 child victims. In the real life story, there were also 5 victims. But we can get even more specific.
Or wait a minute.
Online theories about
Wait,
the game
sorry,
always
yes,
tend to
yes,
draw
he's
a
correct.
parallel
He's
between
correct.
the number of kids missing to the number of animatronics.
I was
saying
thinking of
that the
FNAF 4
children's
in
bodies
83.
were stuffed in the various suits. And this appears to be true. Bonnie and Chica both have moans and raspy breath sound effects, as though someone's trying to cling to the last threads of their lives stuffed inside the costumes. And other sounds made by the animatronics are just slowed down versions of children's laughs and screams. Additionally, as the news clipping mentions, the suits ooze blood and mucus and begin to stink, like decaying bodies or reanimated corpses. So 5 victims, 5 suits, seems like a slam dunk, but nowhere does it say that all 5 were murdered, only that they went missing and couldn't be found. Also, the trouble a lot of people have with this theory is Golden Freddy. Why is that guy so limp and lifeless, so unlike the others? It's weird, until you go back to the real life story. Yes, there were 5 people shot that night in Chuck E. Cheese, which matches the 5 victims in Freddy's story, but of those, 1 survived. Bobby, the one from the kitchen, miraculously survived the shot to his jaw. After he was knocked to the floor by the bullet, he went limp, played dead, to avoid the killer coming back to finish the job. And that relates exactly to the advice you're given on night 3 by the phone guy.
Try playing
Yeah,
dead.
these are
You know,
a lot of comparisons.
Again, let me
to
reiterate that I'm not trying
like-
to make light of the real life events by comparing them to bear costumes and animatronics, but I do want to point out that these similarities do exist. And what
Yeah, he does make a very good point that like these are very similar. you can draw a lot of comparisons if you're looking at just the games or just this game. Even now, like, it's undeniable that like there are a lot of comparisons to draw, but it's got to be a coincidence. Like, there's no way that that's what happened. That's what there's no way Scott actually used this event as the basis for FNAF 1. I just don't see that being... No.
Else is limp and appears to be a lifeless, empty suit in the game? Golden Freddy. Surviving the attack, Bobby was able to go to trial and be a damning piece of evidence in the case against Nathan Dunlap, ultimately leading to his death sentence. Which animatronic surprises you by appearing randomly? The one you don't expect and has no clear pattern?
This one's a bit of a stretch.
Golden
This one's a bit of a stretch, I can't
It's
lie.
also worth mentioning that of all the cameras in the restaurant, one is always black, preventing you from seeing what's going on. That camera is located in the kitchen, leading many to assume it's where Golden Freddy hides, which just so happens to be the place Bobby was able to survive the attack. So I ask, odd coincidence or source of inspiration? In fact, if you think about it, the behavior of the animatronics really corresponds with key features of each of the real-life story's victims. We just covered Golden Freddy and Bobby, but the rest have strange parallels too. Bonnie goes into the utility closet filled with floor cleaning supplies, the most prominent ones being a mop and a broom. It's probably one of the most random rooms in the game, until you consider that Ben, the second victim, was vacuuming at the time of the attack. Foxy is kept sequestered in the back of the building, behind a curtain.
That's a stretch.
More
That's a stretch
aggressive
for
than
sure.
all the rest. Similar to the way Margaret, the manager, was in the back office counting receipts at the time of the murder, and her role as manager would inherently make her more aggressive.
Very
and
much a
assertive.
stretch.
Sylvia
That
was
is a
closest to the
massive
bathroom and was
stretch.
cleaning up the salad bar at the time of the attack. Chica walks past the bathroom and is associated with food. And Freddy, well, he doesn't
He's
have that strong
associated
parallel
with food.
Colleen, but he
That's associated with food. They're animatronics at a restaurant, but Chica's associated with food. So this is a stretch. This is where it kind of starts falling apart.
does appear in the girls' restroom. Odd for what we would assume to be a male animatronic. Maybe it's a reference to Colleen being a girl, or a nod to Nathan's plan of hiding in the bathroom until he was ready to attack. Alright, after doing all the research, reading every fan theory in existence, and putting all the clues together, what can this mean for the story of the game? I think the game is an allegory for that night back in 1993. Here's my final interpretation. You, Mike Schmidt, are the murderer, former employee of Freddy's Pizzeria. Like Nathan in the real story, you were fired for the reasons stated in the Day 7 pink slip: tampering with the animatronics, being unprofessional, odor. Maybe it was your tampering with the robots that caused the infamous bite of 87. Regardless, like Nathan, you were mad and wanted to get even. So you lured children to the back using a costume, killed them, stuffed their bodies into the animatronic suits, hoping to get the place shut down, then left. Notice that the newspaper clippings never say it's an employee of the company luring the children away, but we know it must have been someone with access and knowledge of the employees only section of the building. And as the newspaper clippings clearly show, just like Nathan, you were caught almost immediately, captured on the security footage. You were arrested, tried, and convicted, forced now to live on death row. The Freddy's Pizzeria you work in now are just the nightmares that haunt you, taunting you every night with the phrase, "It's
So
me,
he's starting
it's
with
me,
Dream Theory.
It is you. You are the killer. The nightmare
started
is
with
also
Dream
why
Theory.
everything
That's
is so
interesting.
surreal. Posters switching at random, heads on the animatronics glitching, Golden Freddy appearing and disappearing at will, taunting you as the one that got away. It's also why you're only at the pizzeria from midnight to 6 a.m. every night. It's a nightmare. It's in your sleep. It's a place you created.
No, it's 'cause
a
you're a fucking
restaurant
night
long
guard.
closed as evidenced by the spider webs, and overrun with angry spirits out for revenge on you, and you alone as the one who took their lives, as evidenced by them completely ignoring the naked endoskeleton elsewhere in the building. It's also a place you can't escape from, why you find yourself back there night after night, even after you complete your 5 nights. See you back next week, the ending text goes. You're unable to leave this terror, the threat of death, the guilt, because it never ends. And in a delightfully ironic twist, your personal hell forces you to supervise the exact same security footage that led to your capture in the first place. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Sweet dreams. You know what October reminds me of?
Oh?
Traveling
What?
from
Tell
door
me,
to
Matthew
door in
Pat-
order to get
Tell
free
me,
snacks
Matthew
on
Patthew.
Halloween. But get this, with Nature Box, every month is like your own personal reverse Halloween, where you don't have to do anything and the snacks come to
Man,
you
when
at
was this?
your
Like 2014?
door.
YouTubers were getting sponsorships in 2014? Crazy. All right. I feel like, honestly, a lot closer than I expected him to be in the first theory. Considering he has no idea that this game even has deep lore, that there is going to be another game, this is as close as he probably could have gotten. Except for the Chuck E. Cheese thing, that was wild. That was like so out of pocket. That literally, where did that come from? I mean, no, I know where it came from. He mentioned in the video, like, it was getting more attention at the time that the game came out. But, gosh, that was just so unnecessary, that part. But overall, I do think he got like way closer to the actual proper, you know, fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? He got a lot closer to the actual like plot, lore, whatever, than I would have expected him to do for his first try. But I just know he's gonna go fucking batshit off the rails very soon. And now we can move on to number 2. I think this would be the second one.
Hello? Hello? Oh, hello, and welcome to the new and improved Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video. I'm here to answer any questions the game may have left unanswered. The game's developer, he's a pretty tricky guy.
Tricky?
Don't worry, though.
This isn't
We'll get
Undertale.
everything
This isn't
cleared up.
Deltarune.
Oh, and, watch
Tricky
out for
Scott
the
doesn't sound as good. Oh. Okay. The classic. I don't think the first one didn't have the theme song, did it?
Hello,
Oh.
Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, the show that promises not to include any more gratuitous jump scares, unless that's just what I want you to think, so I can lull you into a false sense of security and scare you again. But I won't do
Gosh.
that. I'll just
Classic
let the
Game
uncertainty
Theory.
of whether a jump scare is going to happen
was
or
so
not drive
different
you
back
insane
then.
for the rest of this episode. Man, I love reverse psychology. You know what else I love? These games! Not because I'm freaked out by the rosy-cheeked, tingle-looking, emotionally dead animatronics. Okay, well, Balloon Kid is pretty messed up, but whatever.
Do not
no, what I
disrespect- do not
appreciate about
disrespect
these
Tingle
games
like
is
that.
the level of
How
thought
dare
that went
you.
into
Tingle's
every
perfect.
element of the story. When you create a game that has people rage debating about whether it's a sequel or a prequel, you've definitely done something right. Unless that was never your intent, in which case you've done something horribly, horribly wrong. Anyway, the point is, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 looks to be everything you'd want in a sequel.
love the
more
withered
cameras,
animatronics.
more danger,
I love Withered
and
Bonnie.
more
Withered Bonnie is so
fan.
cool.
Oh, the fan. But that also comes with more questions. Questions about the game's lore. And while others will provide you with the jump scares, I provide you with what everyone
Game
really
Grumps.
wants, answers.
Game Grumps didn't play FNAF till like COVID. It's like a few years ago they played it. I think a group on the Game Grumps channel played it, but I don't think Dan and Aaron played it.
Well, maybe not everyone. What an elite, educated subset of you really want, answers. So grab yourselves a slice of Freddy Fazbear's signature pizza, cause we're about to dig in. Ugh. Tastes like cardboard. Let's get the big one out of the way first. Is the game a sequel or a prequel sequel? And what I mean by that is, contrary to popular belief, just because it has a big 2 slapped next to the name doesn't automatically mean the game comes after the first one in a timeline sense. It's a sequel, yes, but it tells a prequel story. Take for instance these all-time classics: Psycho 4: The Beginning, Lion King 1.5, and the actual all-time
Lion
classic
King?
Godfather Part
Lion
2.
King
All been
1.5
sequels
as
that
evidence is such a crazy pull. See, Lion King 1.5 next to The Godfather is such a crazy image. You can't see because of my model. Hold on, can I like... There we go. This is such a crazy lineup. Also, my food is here, so I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go on the loading screen because I don't want to accidentally have the music my roommates are blasting come through because it's copyrighted. Okay, I'll be right back. I am back. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Forgot to pee. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Hold on. Let me move this back. Let me get my food out. Oi. Oi, 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 oi. Kerchoo. When do I get to FNAF 2? Should do that eventually. But not tonight, obviously. Tomorrow I'm not going to be able to stream. Anyway. Begin.
Just so happen to also be prequels. It's not mutually exclusive. So where's Five Nights at Freddy's 2 fit in? Knowing its place in the timeline is crucial for understanding its story. Well, to figure that out, let's focus.
Watch him not mention the Chuck E. Cheese thing at all. Watch him never bring that up again. Hold on, I have to like fix how I'm talking because it's hurting my throat. And I don't know why. It like the speaking naturally is hurting my throat. And I don't know why. So I need to figure out the right way to speak without hurting my throat. This feels the least strenuous, but it also sounds very like rated. I don't know. I'll have to hear how my voice sounds. This is not something I need to talk about on stream. This is something I could deal with in my own time. I should not be wasting time on this.
Focus on the paycheck you receive at the end of your 5th night. The date places the events of the game in 1987, a whole 6 years ahead of when we determined the first game took place in our first video. Sounds like a prequel, but we found that date in the first game by calculating Mike Schmidt's
What the fuck did he just put on screen? What the fuck was that? Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King. Is that a prequel? Is that a prequel to fucking Nightmare Before Christmas that I don't know about? I didn't know about that. Maybe I should pick that up sometime. Oh my god. The examples he's pulling for prequels. You can mention fucking Halloween. There's so many things you could mention. And you bring Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King for the Game Boy Advance.
But we found that date in the first game by calculating Mike Schmidt's hourly pay and comparing that to the minimum wage of the 90s. If Scott Coffin, the game's developer, is just picking random numbers for the payments, this bit of evidence would be meaningless. Except that he's not. At the end of Five Nights 2, you get paid $100.50. Divide that by the 30 hours worked and you get $3.35 an hour. The exact minimum wage for 1987, which means that us using minimum wage calculations to identify the year of Five Nights 1 is a perfectly valid way to prove it, and shows that it takes place after the events of Five Nights 2. Still don't believe me? Players brave enough to survive the extra night 6 are rewarded with a bonus
Say
check
what you will
and a
about
newspaper
Scott,
clipping that
he
says
is
the toy
very
robots are
pedantic
getting
and
scrapped, and that the old ones are going
specific
into
about the
storage for a
details he
new,
includes.
smaller scale version.
Except for the fact that he spelled pizzeria wrong. Except for this fact that he spelled pizzeria wrong is either the first or second game. Other than that, he is so on point with all of his details in his games.
Of the restaurant. That would explain why the old models reappear in Five Nights 1 and the toy models don't. And notice how it mentions a smaller version of the restaurant. The building in Five Nights 1 is significantly smaller than the setting of Five Nights 2. Need more evidence? What about the fact that on the first night in the office, the phone guy explains that the robots used to walk around during the day just like they do in Five Nights 2, but not anymore? Or the fact that phone guy dies in the first game, making it hard for him to also be the phone guy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 if it takes place after. Call me the Phantom Menace, cause every way to Sunday, this game is a prequel. So with that revelation out of the way, we're able to piece together the
First
rest of
normal example of a prequel he's given. Except for The Godfather. But that was like the first normal one. Like that was the most obvious prequel that he could have used. He used Lion King 1.5 and Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King for Game Boy Advance before he brought up Star Wars. The most famous prequels in history, probably.
the timeline and dig a little bit deeper. Posters everywhere in Five Nights 2 welcome you to this new location, implying that there was another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza somewhere before this one. Additionally, the phone guy makes reference to it on night 1, mentioning the old location and how it was left to rot. So we know that there was one Freddy Fazbear's Pizza for the first game, one for the second game, and one that came before both of them that we've never seen. But even before that, the phone guy also mentions an even older restaurant called Fredbear's Family Diner, which, aside from its confusingly different name, also had different owners. So let me recap. There's the restaurant from the first game, which is the last in the timeline. The one that you're currently working at in 1987 in Five Nights 2, an older location of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria left to rot, and the original Fredbear's Diner. Jeez, I hope you're still with me because this is more complicated than the Zelda timeline. Anyway, it's at this first location, the diner, where the whole story begins. Submitted for the approval.
How little he knew. How little he knew. He's talking about like, oh gosh, guys, there were 2 restaurants. There were 4 restaurants. And one of them had a different name. Isn't this so complicated? Flash forward 3 years. Flash forward 5 years. And you're talking about, okay, so the souls of the children fused with the metal in the suits. And he melted the metal. And yeah, like it becomes so bullshit. And he's getting confused now.
Approval of the Game Theorist Society. This is the true tale of Five Nights at Freddy's. When you die in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, before you've even gotten over the jump scare, you sometimes get a screen like this. Oh, turn it off! Turn it off! It's too horrifying.
Oh my god. The Atari graphics? I have nothing to say about this. I just wasn't expecting to see E.T. I wasn't expecting the E.T. jump scare.
That, youngsters, was E.T. for the Atari, a console that came out before the NES. Yes, around the same time as the dinosaurs. It's widely considered to be the worst game of all time, hence me reacting in a horrified manner. See? Humor, folks. But seriously, you get these disturbing death minigames which, true to the 1987 setting, use Atari-esque graphics to depict various horrific events. All the while, a creepy robotic voice spells out letter by letter things like help them, save them, or save him. These death minigames are the most important piece in figuring out the true story behind these games. Let's start with this one. This death minigame has you playing as Freddy, taking cake to screaming children at a birthday party. As Freddy rushes around trying to keep the whole party happy, a single sad child looks on from outside, when suddenly you're powerless to do anything but look on in abject horror as a purple man pulls up in a car, murders the child, and drives off. It's my belief, loyal theorists, that this game takes place at Fredbear's Diner, and is chronologically the first event that we see in this timeline. How do I know? Well, it's a small establishment, and there's only one animatronic, Freddy, as opposed to all the other games which show other robots. But more importantly, this murdered child is the one that sets everything into motion. One of the new tasks added to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is winding a mysterious music box that we're told placates one of the animatronics. If you fail to wind the music box, what you're introduced to is this terrifying thing, the puppet. It looks like No-Face from Spirited Away. You know what else he looks like? Take a look at that murdered child again. See how his tear tracks remain visible on his face, even after he's dead? If we assume that they'll continue to stay with him into the afterlife, we can make a pretty good case that this kid's murdered spirit eventually found its way into the puppet animatronic. But that's not all. What jump scare happens after
This was correct. This was very correct. Good on him. I don't think he understands who that kid is yet. I don't think he'd have any reason to. We don't even know any names by this point. And I think he backtracks on this sometime in the future. But yeah, he's right so far. He's honestly been very on point up till now, to some degree, with the knowledge he has.
him minigame, after seeing this tear-stained child's murder reenacted in 8-bit, the puppet jumps out of the screen and attacks you. Coincidence? I don't think so. That incident marks the first time the chain is ever associated with a violent act carried out against a child, and we can infer that it was this incident that caused the original owners of Fredbear's Diner to sell off to the company now known as Fazbear Entertainment. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was senselessly murdered and left to haunt a crappy pizza place for the rest of my life in the body of an awful-looking clown doll, I'd want to get my revenge as soon as possible. Unfortunately for our vengeful puppet, though, it doesn't quite turn out that way. Fast forward a few years to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the first location, the one that has yet to appear in a game. This new restaurant is the one we learned about.
He does not mention at all how the puppet is there, I don't think. He says that the restaurant is Fredbear's Family Diner, which is not correct, I don't think. Because only Freddy is there. So his argument is that the only animatronic in the building is Freddy. The kid, who of course ends up being Charlie? No, Elizabeth. Fuck, which one is which? Hold on, Elizabeth or Charlie? I think Charlie is Henry's daughter, who is the puppet. Hold on. Charlie. Yes, Charlie is Henry's daughter. Charlie's the puppet. So I think his argument is that this is Fredbear's Family Diner. That was, Charlie gets killed, possesses the puppet, but where's the puppet? Where does the puppet come from? He has no explanation for that if his argument is that Freddy's the only animatronic in the building, which he isn't. Obviously, we know that, regardless of whether or not it's Fredbear's Family Diner. I don't know, there's holes in his argument. I'm being pedantic, I'm being a little bit of a bitch, but being a bitch is fun.
In my earlier episode and throughout the first game, where our pal the murderer uses a golden Freddy suit to lure away and kill 5 children in the back room. As we read through the various articles on the wall, he gets caught the next day, but the bodies are never found, presumably because they've been stuffed into the animatronic suits. The restaurant stays open for a few months until the dead body stink starts to waft off the robots and causes the place to get shut down for health reasons. But how do we know this happened in the first pizzeria's location? Again, we turn to what the phone guy says. On night 2 of Five Nights 2, he mentions the smell coming from the old animatronics, the smell that got the original restaurant shut down. We also know that after the Golden Freddy incident, it took multiple months for the restaurant to get shut down. That couldn't have happened in the restaurant of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is shut down on night 6 and into the foreseeable future. But outside of these lore clues, it also makes logical sense. Before the Golden Freddy murders, there was one dead child whose tear-stained soul existed in the form of the puppet. But now there are 5 more dead children, and thanks to another of the death minigames, we find out exactly what happened to them. In the Help Them minigame, the puppet stuffs the dead children into the robotic suits, giving their souls new life, and preps them for their eternal mission of vengeance. But MatPat, you say through your chattering teeth, there are only 4 dead children in that game. To which I tell you, look closer if you dare. For the frame right before Golden Freddy's head jumps out and attacks features the lost 5th dead child, and what started as a haunted puppet has suddenly become an army of possessed animatronics out for revenge. But wait, that's not all we know. We also know the murder was committed by the same guy who killed the first child. How? Look at the Foxy death minigame. Twice, Foxy runs out to meet the kids, but the 3rd time we see the tall purple man again, smiling. Foxy goes into the other room to find 5 dead children. The man in purple strikes again. Skip ahead to 1987, finally bringing us to the events of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The old animatronic...
Sorry, I just want to mention, that minigame of Foxy running into the room, it does imply that Foxy's role as an animatronic was to run full sprint down a hall into the room with children. Which is such a strange design choice. You're thinking, man, what do kids love? a giant anthropomorphic fox with a blade on its hand running at fucking 20 miles an hour down a hallway, straight beelining for them. They love that shit.
Have been retired, and the cute new versions of all our favorite friends come equipped with facial recognition software that just so happens to be connected to a sex offender database. Seems like an oddly specific detail, right?
That
Until
is
you
not what they
consider
said.
that the last
That's not-
restaurant was
he's
closed
right, but that's
for
not how
having
they said it.
children get kidnapped and killed by an employee. It's a safety measure. You see how it all ties together? So you have some animatronics possessed by vengeful spirits and another batch on the prowl for predators. But that doesn't stop our friend the Purple Man from continuing his life's work of murdering children at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As we learn from the phone guy on nights 4 through 6, the new restaurant is once again under investigation as, well, I'll let him explain.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right.
The Golden Freddy Killer struck again. The final death minigame also supports this. You, as Freddy, must walk through an exact replica of the building. Animatronics all in their proper places, seeing the 5 dead children spread out through the various rooms. And based on what Phone Guy says, it seems like the guilty party was the former night guard, the one who moved to day shift and the one your character replaced. I mean, Phone Guy makes plenty of uncomfortable references to suddenly having an available position during the day.
When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. A position just became available. We don't have a replacement for your shift yet, but we're working on it.
But is the Purple Man really someone we've never met, and who's only worked there a week? Or is it someone we trust? Someone with a long history with these characters? Someone no one would suspect? The head guard. The one forced to fill empty positions and teach new recruits by leaving them instructions over the phone. Is the Purple Man
And
the
now we're
phone
phone guy theory.
Ask
We're
yourself
in Purple
this.
Guy, phone
what
guy
do
theory.
we really know about Phone Guy? Let's look at what he says. First, he always speaks like an outsider looking in. He refers to the management of the company as they. So he's not a higher up like the CEO or even a manager. But he's also not
Did
a
we ever
typical
find
day
out who
worker, as
who
he
Phone
says
Guy
things
is,
like
or was
the
he really
employees
just
and
some
the
guy?
staff. So he works there, but isn't generally considered a regular member of the company. We also know that he's qualified to take the role of a night guard. As we learn, he plans to take over the position sometime after night 6, and is on his way out of the position by the time the first game starts.
For now, just make it through the night. When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact.
What else do we know? Well, we know that Phone Guy has a long history with the company, being with it at least since the first pizzeria that we haven't played in. He also openly admits that Foxy the Pirate was always his favorite, and that he has never liked the puppet because, as he says, it was always thinking.
See, I told you you wouldn't have any problems. Did, Foxy ever appear in the hallway? Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere.
Okay, but what do we know about the Purple Guy, the Golden Freddy Killer? Well, let's look at the minigames again. He has a long history with the franchise, killing since it was Fredbear Diner. We see him smiling.
So interesting. So interesting that he's talking about Purple Guy using the the Fredbear suit. It's just so interesting to look back on, because now it's like it's such common knowledge that Purple Guy often used the golden Bonnie suit, spring Bonnie suit. So at the time, that wasn't even a concept. The idea that Golden Freddy or Fredbear or, you know, the children possessing that suit in any way were antagonists, you know, in the overall lore. Obviously, all the animatronics are antagonists in terms of gameplay, but in the overall lore, you know, Golden Freddy is... God, fucking... Golden Freddy serves as a more... not necessarily protagonist, you know, opposing Purple Guy, opposing Afton. But it's just so interesting how at the time, like, of course, that's the conclusion you draw. They mention a yellow suit. You've only seen one yellow suit, unless it's fucking Chica, but it's not Chica. Yeah, it's just so interesting to look back on.
He watches Foxy perform, Phone Guy's favorite, right before Foxy sees the room of dead children. We know that the puppet and the killer wouldn't get along, which would explain Phone Guy's discomfort around a creature that he describes as always thinking. And here's the bombshell. We know the killer is a security guard. How? On very rare occasions during the Save Them minigame, while Freddy chases the puppet, the Purple Man appears and chases you. Look on his chest. It's an orange badge, the kind that would be given to a security guard. Now look at his eyes. Notice the white spots? An odd...
I just got crazy flashbacks. I just got crazy flashbacks to the fucking Purple Guy toast joke. Oh my god. So, the sprite for Purple Guy, when looked at not through the Atari scan lines, the badge is vaguely in the shape of bread. And there was a joke in the community that Purple Guy really liked toast. It was such a weird time. Dude, man, before Sister Location, FNAF was such a weird space to be in. Because of just how limited all the information we got was. Like, this was genuinely all we had to look at for Purple Guy. Was this sprite. This is just what Purple Guy looked like. It was so weird. It was such a weird time.
seemingly innocuous detail. But now look at Golden Freddy. Look deep into his dead, vacant eyes. What do you see? Two white spots. Pinpricks, really. Barely visible. They're there. And now finally, what do we see in Purple Guy's hand? Well, the Atari graphics make it tough to discern. It's not like any gun or knife I've seen. No, that to me is very clearly a phone. The robotic voice is spelling out for you, save them, save them. But when Purple Guy, Phone Guy, catches you, the screen crashes and all you're left with is, you can't. But that's not where it ends, Internet. As you and I both know, there's still Five Nights at Freddy's 1.
Which modern FNAF game is my favorite? What do you consider modern FNAF? What do you consider to be modern FNAF, I guess? Because the cutoff for me... I guess the cutoff is probably Pizzeria Simulator. Security Reach, Ruin, Secrets of the Mimic. I think Secret of the Mimic's pretty good. I haven't actually been able to play any of them. This is the thing. But so I can't say like, oh, I'm a fan of this game. I'm not playing any of them. I hope to pretty soon. But from what I've seen, Secret of the Mimic looks to be the best out of them. It looks the most polished. I do very much like the vibe of Security Breach. But it feels... Security Breach is where I started to feel like that shit's gotten out of hand with this series. Because, like, the idea that Fazbear Entertainment is successful enough to have a Pizzaplex seems so weird. Like, Fazbear Entertainment to me feels like it's a constantly struggling corporation. Monsters are on one of the artists that worked on Secrets of the Mimic. Costume. Sorry, I don't understand what this comment is saying. I'm sorry. But just the idea that Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, that Fazbear Entertainment could be successful enough to have something on the scale of the Pizzaplex is just so it doesn't feel like it makes sense to me. Like, when did they get this successful? And the classic Fazbear jank is still there, is the thing. So they're clearly still like cutting tons of corners, but and like have complete disregard for employees and customer safety. So it's not like their business practices changed at all. They just were suddenly very popular again. Popular enough. As far as I can tell, Security Breach takes place after like the main timeline of, you know, FNAF 1 through 6. I don't know. It just felt off to me. I like it in theory, and I really like Kellen Goff. Kellen? What's his name, right? Kellen Goff. That sounds right. Probably why Security Breach was hated, because no, people didn't like Security Breach because it wasn't finished. Because they released it and the game barely worked. That's why people hated it. In theory, the game itself as a game is good. It just didn't feel like it fit anywhere. It didn't feel like it made sense. But the reason people didn't like it is just because the game barely worked. Like, if you haven't seen, you know, early gameplay of, like, you know, Markiplier playing it or Jacksepticeye playing it, the game would break so easily that they would just completely skip sections of the game by accident. Like, they didn't even know they did it. It was not a functioning game.
Game is last in line, and the puppet is truly pulling the strings behind all of this. You might be asking yourself where he is in Five Nights 1. We know the other animatronics got scrapped, but this ghostly guy should still be around if this timeline I proposed is correct. And get this, the puppet is in the first game. Take a look at the east hallway. Seems pretty normal, right? But every so often, the posters on the walls change to this: a crying child with two streaming lines down his face. Look familiar?
He said it! He
should.
said crying
the
child.
Five Nights at Freddy's series is about vengeance. One child, 6 children, more, looking for revenge against a sick child killer. The purple guy. The guy who just so happens to be the first voice you hear when turning on these games. Save them. Save them. You can't. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Man, classic game theory.
Make
Classic
sure you
game
wind that
theory is
music
just a
box by clicking the subscribe
different
button.
show.
Otherwise, the puppet might get you.
Do you think the toy animatronics are possessed? Do you think they're not possessed? I actually am not sure. I am unsure. From what I've observed from lore videos, they might be. I'm not. Honestly, the toy animatronics have always been something that kind of confused me. I think the idea of the facial recognition software would make sense if not for the fact that the game took place in 1987. Which, like, I guess you could argue none of this would ever be able to take place. But I feel like the idea of facial recognition software is grounded enough to make sense, but, like, not make sense at the time that the game happens. But at the same time, the wizards are possessed. The wizards. I know what you mean. The wizards are possessed, of course. Obviously, those are possessed. I think the idea is that the parts from the withered animatronics were put into the toy animatronics, which kind of makes sense, I guess, if Remnant works the way I think it does. Kind of sound weird because of autocorrect. That's fine. Don't worry about it. If you need to delete and retype, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Because the idea is that the soul is like in the metal, not just the suit itself. It like fuses to the metal of the suit. Yeah. So if parts of the withered animatronics ended up in the toy animatronics, then yeah, I can see them being kind of possessed to some degree. But I feel like when we say the animatronics are possessed by the kids, it's not as cut and dry as us just like, yeah, the kids are in control of the animatronics now. It's not quite like the movie, I don't think. It is to some degree. I think some of them are. I think some of them are. Just fully like, yeah, this child is fully possessing this animatronic. It's in control. Like Charlie being control, like Charlie being the puppet, like that is just Charlie, right? But I think for a situation like Freddy, let's say, for example, it's less that that kid just straight up that or Freddy just straight up is the kid. Like I can't remember what the kid's name is, but let's say the kid's name is Brad, right? I can't remember if he has a canon name. But let's say the kid that got stuffed in Freddy is named Brad. I don't think Freddy is consciously like, oh, I'm Brad. I was 8 years old and then I was murdered and now I'm in a bear. I think it's more so Brad's will is in Freddy. It's kind of hazy, right? Does that make sense? That's how I see Remnant working, which is why I think, if you take parts of Freddy and put it in Toy Freddy, now you have bits of Brad's will or cognition in both of them. It's not his spirit is controlling both at the same time, but more both of them are carrying his will, I guess. Like pieces of him, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah. VR game called Grab. A game where you can build maps. Oh, and you made some FNAF maps. That's cool.
Click it. Click it. Oh, I guess you were safe after all. It's almost the holiday break. You know what I like to do during this
He keeps
time
showing
of love
Nightmare
and
Before
gladness?
Christmas in these
Catch up
videos.
on my favorite TV shows. But
He must have
at
been
this
in such
point,
a
I don't have
phase at the
cable
time.
and should probably avoid pirating things.
All right. What the hell? Oh, there's the sound. How long do I want to do this for?
Hello.
How many videos were in the playlist? Happy 4th of July. I am Canadian. I'm happy for you guys though. Happy for you guys, but I'm Canadian. I don't have that. For us, it's July 1st. We get July 1st. We get July 1st. You don't have to delete the message. You're not the first one to say it. You're not the first person to bring it up either. Sans was in chat earlier and he also said it. I don't know how you guys don't know. I don't know how you guys don't know that I'm Canadian. I've mentioned it. Me and friend A are both Canadian. We've mentioned it so many times. How far do I want to go here? What the fuck? So he has part 1, and then part 2, part 1, and then part 2, part 2. Is this fucking Attack on Titan? Gosh. First video I ever saw of Game Theory is when Pat is their live action for... Oh! Game Lab, I think was what they called it. I know what you're talking about. That was so weird. That was such a strange thing that happened. Yeah. I never actually got to watch that one because it was paid. Mr. One, Mr. Gone, Mr. Oh. I need to play Star Wars again. I know I need to play Star Wars again. I think it would be really interesting if there's a bug animatronic. Isn't Music Man kind of like a bug? A little bit? I feel like Music Man is kind of a bug. I don't know. Anyway. How long have I been streaming for? 2.5 hours? You know what? I might actually call it here. Because it is 1 a.m. I'm getting a little bit tired. Oh, human bug. Like a full anthropomorphic bug. You know what? Actually, that could work. I don't know. I don't know how you'd make a bug look good anthropomorphic like. Aside from going like Hollow Knight. But even then, it's not really anthropomorphic. 103. Yeah, it's 1. That's 1 a.m. That's 1 a.m. Don't get pedantic with me. Oh my god, what the hell happened here? What the hell happened here? What happened here? There we go. Every time we go to live section of YouTube, it always shows me. Dude, I can't fucking stand AI. I can't lie. I hate AI with a passion. It genuinely like makes me scared for my future. Honestly. It really, really does. That's not a conversation I can get into right now. Right now, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I want to go to bed. Thank you guys for being here. This was actually a very fun stream. Playing. I haven't played FNAF in a long time, and I didn't expect to get through all 5 nights tonight. And it only took me like an hour. Honestly, it actually took me like no time at all. I really thought it would take a whole lot longer than it did, but anyway. Thank you guys for showing up. I'm gonna try to stream. When am I gonna stream next? I guess because me and friend A are done Danganronpa, and I don't know when we're gonna play it again or play the next game. I have to play through it myself first. Well, you know what? I should also probably get working on a schedule, so I should probably post that in the next couple days. But yeah, so whenever that happens, you will know when I'm streaming next. Me too. AI could have been used for like, I don't know, like a cheating website where you could cheat on your tests. Which is that you can make it. Look, that is true. But I think also using it in school also is a bit of an issue. Not because, like, okay, if you're gonna cheat, like, do it properly, man. The whole reason that cheating works as well as it does is because it's really just you finding your own way to learn that schools don't like, right? Using AI, you're literally atrophying your brain. You're literally making your brain function less because you're not using it, right? Same thing as a muscle. If you sat in the same position for 10 years, you're ignoring the fact that you need to eat and drink. Your muscles would just wither away and die. Every time you make AI do something instead of doing it yourself, you're losing the ability to do that thing. AI could be used for research stuff. I think the best way to regulate AI is make it so that only people with like licenses, like doctors' licenses, your medical license, people with medical licenses, people with researching jobs, make it so that it's limited so that only they have access to it. Because it can genuinely be used for really good things in stuff like medical research and environmental research. But we have it. We're putting it in fucking Google. I mean, have you seen that one screenshot of like one Reddit user says kill yourself? That was real, I think. Like, we don't need it publicly available. We really don't. I've just lost so much faith in the world, but I don't want that to be what's on this channel, I guess. I don't know. But right now, I just need to go to bed. This is gonna, if I talk about this for too long, it's gonna keep me up all night. Yeah, thank you guys for showing up. I'll be back streaming in the next couple days, probably. Probably Monday or Tuesday. Because tomorrow I'm actually being interviewed, and then the day after I'm going back home. So, yeah. Good night, everybody. Good night.